The Israel-Lebanon Wars, 1982 and 2006, understanding their historical and geopolitical legacy. Welcome to this discussion on the Israel-Lebanon Wars, particularly the First Lebanon War in 1982 and the Second Lebanon War in 2006, key events that reflect the broader Middle Eastern conflict. These wars were deeply influenced by a complex mix of historical, political, and sectarian factors that continue to shape the region today. From the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948 to the ongoing tensions between Israel and its neighboring countries, the conflicts in Lebanon have had a profound impact on regional stability and international relations. The wars themselves were marked by heavy casualties, significant military interventions, and a humanitarian crisis that left deep scars on Lebanon. The First Lebanon War set the stage for the creation of Hezbollah, a powerful non-state actor that continues to play a major role in Lebanon's politics and military actions. The Second Lebanon War, fought between Israel and Hezbollah, brought new dimensions to the conflict, raising questions about the role of militias, foreign intervention, and the possibility of peace. In this video, we will examine the historical context of the Israel-Lebanon conflicts, the geopolitical factors at play, and the humanitarian impact of these wars. Through this, we hope to better understand how these events continue to affect both Lebanon and Israel and their broader implications for regional and international stability. So, let's get started. Chapter 1: The Establishment of Israel and Early Regional Tensions. The roots of the Israel-Lebanon conflict trace back to the establishment of Israel in 1948, a pivotal event that sparked numerous wars and escalated tensions in the Middle East. The creation of Israel led to the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, many of whom sought refuge in neighboring Arab states, including Lebanon. This influx created demographic and political pressures in Lebanon, which has a unique sectarian structure aimed at balancing power among various religious groups. Israel's early years were marked by conflicts with its Arab neighbors, leading to the Arab-Israeli Wars of 1948, 1956, and 1967. During these conflicts, Lebanon maintained a policy of neutrality, but increasingly found itself entangled due to Palestinian militants using southern Lebanon as a base for operations against Israel. The situation became more volatile after the Palestinian Liberation Organization, PLO, established a significant presence in Lebanon, following their expulsion from Jordan in 1970. This growing PLO influence in Lebanon not only strained Lebanon's internal politics, but also drew the attention of Israel, which saw the PLO as a direct threat to its security. As PLO attacks from southern Lebanon increased, so did Israel's retaliatory actions, creating a cycle of violence that laid the groundwork for the First Lebanon War. Chapter 2: The First Lebanon War, 1982. In 1982, Israel launched a large-scale invasion of Lebanon, known as the First Lebanon War, with the stated objective of removing the PLO from its base of operations in southern Lebanon. This invasion was partly in response to an attempted assassination of the Israeli ambassador in London, which Israel attributed to the PLO. The operation initially focused on pushing PLO forces out of southern Lebanon, but it quickly escalated to a full-scale siege of Beirut, Lebanon's capital. The First Lebanon War had significant consequences for both countries. Israel succeeded in expelling the PLO from Lebanon, leading to the relocation of PLO leadership to Tunisia. However, the prolonged Israeli presence in Lebanon stirred resentment among the Lebanese population, particularly among the Shia Muslim community in the south. This resentment contributed to the rise of Hezbollah, a Shia militant and political organization backed by Iran, which emerged as a significant force in Lebanese politics and an adversary of Israel. The war also left deep humanitarian scars. Thousands of Lebanese civilians were killed or displaced, and much of Beirut was left in ruins. The international community condemned the high civilian casualties, especially following the massacre at the Sabra and Shatila refugee camps, where hundreds of Palestinian civilians were killed by Lebanese Christian militias allied with Israel. The tragic events at Sabra and Shatila were influenced by the Phalange Christian militia's desire for security following the assassination of their leader, President-elect Bashir Gemayel, on September 14, 1982, with concerns raised about groups linked to Palestinians or Syria. At that time, the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, allowed the militia to enter the camps under the pretext of searching for Palestinian fighters. These events played a significant role in shaping Hezbollah's position within Lebanese society and contributed to ongoing tensions between Israel and Hezbollah. Chapter 3: The Formation of Hezbollah and Regional Dynamics. Following the First Lebanon War, Hezbollah emerged as a significant player in Lebanon, positioning itself as a resistance movement against Israeli occupation. Founded in 1982 with support from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, Hezbollah quickly gained traction within Lebanon's Shia community. Its ideology blended Lebanese nationalism with Shia Islamic principles and a strong opposition to Israel's presence in southern Lebanon. Hezbollah's rise shifted the balance of power in Lebanon, adding complexity to the Israel-Lebanon conflict. As both a political and military entity, Hezbollah gained substantial influence in Lebanese politics, securing seats in parliament and playing a dual role in governance and armed resistance. Its militant wing engaged in guerrilla warfare against Israeli forces, ultimately contributing to Israel's decision to withdraw from southern Lebanon in 2000. Hezbollah's presence transformed Lebanon into a focal point for regional power struggles, particularly between Iran and Israel. Iran's financial and military support enabled Hezbollah to become a powerful non-state actor capable of challenging Israel's military presence. Syria, under the leadership of Hafez al-Assad, played a pivotal role by facilitating the transfer of Iranian arms through its territory to Hezbollah, further complicating the geopolitical landscape. Conversely, Israel received significant support from its allies, most notably the United States. This included advanced military equipment, substantial financial aid, and collaboration in defense technology, which enhanced Israel's military capabilities and its influence in the region. The interplay of these dynamics not only shaped the Israel-Lebanon conflict, but also contributed to broader regional tensions that continue to evolve today. Chapter 4: The Second Lebanon War, 2006. The Second Lebanon War in 2006 marked another major conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. The war began when Hezbollah launched a cross-border raid into Israel, capturing 2 Israeli soldiers. Israel responded with a military offensive aimed at dismantling Hezbollah's capabilities in southern Lebanon. The ensuing conflict lasted for 34 days and caused significant destruction in Lebanon, particularly in the south and in parts of Beirut. The Second Lebanon War highlighted the challenges of asymmetric warfare, with Israel facing a well-organized and resilient guerrilla force in Hezbollah. Despite its military superiority, Israel found it difficult to achieve a decisive victory. Hezbollah's use of fortified positions, rocket attacks on Israeli cities, and its extensive network of tunnels made the conflict protracted and costly. The war ended with a United Nations brokered ceasefire and the deployment of the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, UNIFIL, to monitor the border region. While the conflict did not resolve the underlying issues between Israel and Hezbollah, it underscored the complexity of the Israel-Lebanon conflict and the ongoing risks posed by non-state actors in the region. The humanitarian toll was severe, with over 1,000 Lebanese civilians killed, widespread displacement, and extensive damage to infrastructure. Conclusion and lessons learned. The Israel-Lebanon Wars of 1982 and 2006 highlight the intricate and often tragic nature of conflicts in the Middle East. They reveal the risks of foreign interventions, the power of non-state actors like Hezbollah, and the lasting impact of these wars on civilians in both Lebanon and Israel. For Lebanon, the wars left deep scars, with thousands of lives lost and many more affected by displacement and trauma. For Israel, these conflicts also had profound consequences, including casualties, psychological toll on the civilian population, and the challenges posed by asymmetric warfare. Each side faced significant losses, underscoring the human cost of the conflict and the need for long-term solutions for peace and stability in the region. Understanding these conflicts offers valuable insight into the broader Middle Eastern landscape, where historical grievances, religious divisions, and geopolitical rivalries continue to drive instability. The lessons of the Israel-Lebanon Wars underscore the importance of diplomacy, international cooperation, and addressing humanitarian needs as essential paths toward peace. As we look toward the future, the need for dialogue and efforts to address underlying issues remains critical for both Lebanon, Israel, and the broader region. If you found this content helpful, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing for more discussions on global conflicts and efforts toward peace. Thank you for watching.